Hi, this is your host Abdul Bharti and welcome to our special series of interviews for the LF Energy Spring Summit 2021. And today we have with us once again Shuli Goodman, Executive Director of Linux Foundation Energy. Shuli, it's great to have you back on the show.
Hi, Swapnil. It's really exciting to talk with you today about the summit. This is great.
Before we talk about the summit, can you please tell our audience what is LF Energy all about? Just a quick summary.
LF Energy is an open source community within the Linux Foundation. That's the LF and LF Energy. And we're focused on power systems. Our mission is around decarbonization of power systems, which really lead in the efforts at a global level to transform our economies and decarbonize our economies in order to meet the challenges of climate change.
Awesome. Now let's talk about the event. First of all, is it the first time you're hosting this event or is it a regular event?
We've done a few of these before. We did one in the summer and we're doing one in spring. And we've been trying to keep a cadence of spring and fall. We realized sometime at the end of last year that we really wanted to all get together again. Our projects are beginning to achieve a level of maturity. There's some great stories to tell. The community is really in conversations with itself and with others about how to really facilitate this huge lift. So it's not the first time, but it's kind of maybe the third or fourth time that we've done this summit since Edinburgh.
What is going to be the focus of the Spring Summit?
We have a number of different tracks that we're leading, everything from price-based grid coordination to projects and really helping people kind of get into where projects are, where their roadmap is. We're really in the process of building developer community. We have regulatory frameworks. We're talking about the onboarding of distributed energy resources and the challenges and the opportunities also with electric vehicles. We have microgrid, a whole series on microgrids. It's pretty robust and extremely exciting to me. This is the first time that we ever built the conference using a community planning group. We put out a call for proposals. Before that, we kind of curated ourselves. So for me, this is really an indication that our community has begun to mature and really, arrive at being a significant open source community on planet Earth.
What kind of organizations will be participating at the event?
We have everything from, original equipment manufacturers like GE, Hitachi ABB. I believe that there are others coming from Wind River, from those who are really engaged in virtualization, which we consider to be one of the first steps along disaggregation of black boxes. We have many utilities that are participating. We have regulators, consultants. We have folks from all over the world who are really participating in this conference and making it successful, including the developers and the maintainers who are responsible for each of our projects.
Now, you alluded to it earlier, but I want to just talk a bit about what kind of content, what kind of sessions, talk you are planning for this event.
We did a call for proposals. We have probably about 9 tracks, and each of these tracks is going to be delivering content along a variety of perspectives about things like price-based grid coordination, which folks really talk about transactive energy, and price-based grid coordination is the way that that power systems, which have to balance supply and demand, will be coordinated in the future. And then things like microgrids or regulatory, like new consumers, how consumers are going to be engaged in the future in their power systems. So it really is across all dimensions, including, as I said, our projects.
I know you are trying to be fully, it's your baby, so you are trying to be fully unbiased. If I ask you, what are the tracks or sessions you are personally excited about or interested in, or you would say, hey, Swapnil, these are the tracks that people should be looking out for. Can you tell me? I'm putting you in a tricky spot there.
Well, I don't mind that swap. I'm particularly interested. So, watching the projects evolve for me, I take really great. Um, it makes me really happy because we went from a community that really didn't know anything about open source or knew how to consume it to actually build community. And so watching the projects evolve over time is a really great joy. So I will be watching folks as they talk about what's happening with Operator Fabric or what's happening with GXF or what's happening with HiFi. That is really important to me. Another area that's important to me is about price-based grid coordination, because as I see it, as in moving forward, our ability to actually get to the economics and create what sometimes I refer to as a currency market, where we are balancing supply and demand through kind of an arbitrage between devices. I think that's very exciting. At this point, we're really far in advance in terms of looking at the math, the economics, the algorithms of it. But what I would like to see, and this is a big call out here, is to hardware manufacturers and consumer electronics and industrial electronics. It's really important that your devices, we begin to build them in a way where they can enable arbitrage with regards to, when does my washing machine go on, or when does my dishwasher go on, or am I willing to shift my heating and cooling in order to support the grid? That is the future. And so we have to get beyond just utilities and beyond those who have been traditionally engaged in power systems and really reach out to, the power, the electronics, consumer, industrials, kind of like washing machines and refrigerators, heat pumps, all of those things. So I really want to see the hardware manufacturers here as well as the software. So I'm going to be looking at the price-based grid coordination because that is the future.
Who is the target audience for this event? What kind of folks should attend it?
We want to be leading with the needs of utilities, because utilities understand first and foremost the challenges that we're up against. We also are really interested in regulators participating. Regulators have a very interesting time, because energy is really a monopoly. It is a regulated industry, but there's a need to educate regulators to understand how it is that power systems are going to be transformed, and what the role of open source is, what the role of cloud native is, what the role of distributed computing is, and how all these things are going to fit together into a high data environment. And then, as I said, I really want to see the hardware manufacturers there. I think that we all sit in our homes and we have this magical experience of, I'm going to power up my dishwasher and turn on my heat pump, and I'm going to listen to music, and I'm going to do all these things. But moving forward, we have to come up with a more sensible relationship of our devices and things to the power systems. And that requires a kind of what I refer to as a radical energy efficiency. So I really want to see the whole ecosystem there. But in particular, I really want to see utilities because LF Energy is there for you. We have a community of utilities and developers and other power systems folks who are trying to accomplish the same thing as you in terms of transforming power system network operations.
Shuli, thank you so much for taking time out today and talk about this event. We are all excited about the event. So once again, thank you.
Thank you, Swap. It's been a delight. And as always, stay safe. And I really enjoy your work in the world. Thank you for the opportunity.